over 20 years, teenage robot fans have fought great wars over who they want Jenny to kiss, Brad or Sheldon. Of course, there have always been other, less popular options. We've got Vega, Don Prima, Travis, Jeremy, Danny Phantom, Gurr, and least we forget the spine-chilling me option we see so often. But wait, what's that noise? Of course, how could we forget Kenny? The male teenage robot with absolutely no strange quirks. That's right guys, we're talking love 'em or leash 'em today. By the end of this retrospective, maybe you'll start hoping that Jenny and Kenny will work out someday. I mean, probably not, but you know. The episode starts with a avant-garde display from a couple of birds and a colony of bees. This metaphor is not lost on us. Yes, this episode will be lovey-dovey and there's no getting around it. Everyone around Jenny is in a romantic daze, but like usual, she's all alone. Thankfully, Sheldon's here, and he takes advantage of the opportunity to win her heart. Uninterested as always, Jenny's gaze falls on a hunky purple robot who just so happens to be investigating a fire hydrant. He's probably just interested in the construction of this mysterious object. May I also point out that this hydrant is the same color as the sidewalk? This is a serious violation of just about any city's code. Trevorton really needs to get their municipal situation sorted out. Jenny didn't pay much mind to this hydrant fiasco. She's too busy ogling the new robot in town. To the horror of Sheldon, Jenny stealthily approaches the robot, just to be caught by an advanced sniffing algorithm. Sparks immediately fly, and the robots introduce each other. He's Kenny, she's Jenny. They immediately start flirting with each other. Like, after he says his name, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is that Jenny is the prettiest robot girl he's seen in his entire life. I mean, that's valid. But he's already taking a shot? I thought you were supposed to keep these feelings bottled up inside you until eventually you look back and wonder why you didn't express them. Then you die, reflecting on your unfulfillment with life. But at the very least, you didn't make a fool of yourself like Sheldon. Back to the show. Kenny offers to walk Jenny home because he has some sort of fixation with walkies. She happily accepts. On their way home, they have a deep conversation about how they both like synthetic oil, which makes Jenny believe that they're meant to be. In an adorable display of awkwardness, Jenny nudges Kenny into asking her on a date to Mesmer's that same night. It's always so cute to watch things go Jenny's way, but as always, it has to come to a tragic end somehow. Jenny is on cloud 9, daydreaming about the new robot in town, just for Nora to despicably interrupt Jenny's euphoria with skepticism. When Nora realizes that Jenny is head over heels in love with a male robot, she quickly rules out Smitus and Krakus as options. It's well known that they're already an object. This could only be the work of one Dr. Phineas Mogg, a rival scientist. You see, Nora is anti-competition and hates the guts of Mogg, who keeps taking her ideas and putting a spin on them. This time, he took Nora's idea of making a female teenage robot and started making a male teenage robot. But there's a twist.
This is no mere ripoff of XJ9. He has extras you've never dreamed of. I've given him the keenest instincts and the most acute senses. He can hear extremely high-pitched sounds and smell better than a bloodhound. Better than XJ9.
Nora is furious that someone could invent something as impressive as Mogg has. This YK9 unit will surely win at next year's trade show. Kenny reveals that he's having a date with Jenny, and Mogg freaks out, claiming that Jenny is inferior to him. Kenny doesn't take kindly to this. It seems like Mogg has a lot to get used to with his new creation. There are some striking parallels to the first episode of the show.
Jenny. What? Jenny! Call me Jenny! I changed my name to Jenny, remember?
This is the new improved YK9. Dad, call me Kenny.
Nora seriously doesn't want Jenny to go on this date. There's a Romeo and Juliet dynamic to this episode. Neither family wants the creation to fall in love with the invention of the other. Nora won't hear any arguments about it. She grounds Jenny on the spot, and Mogg does the same for Kenny. Unfortunately for her, she created a killer robot that can, fly, so Jenny just leaves. Jenny and Kenny meet at Mesmer's and share excitement about how their love is forbidden. Kenny takes a good look at Mesmer's and whimpers at the thought of going in. This is likely because he's aware of the prejudiced opinions of the old owner. Upon arrival, the two robots are horrified to find out that the oven is broken and their pizza date will have no pizza. Jenny is really bummed out about this. Despite not being able to digest food in the first place. Kenny reacts like any sane robot would, and grabs the necessary ingredients and makes a delicious pizza pie within his own body. This sequence shows off another unique power he has, a levitation beam, similar to the one Vexus is known to use. He never uses it again, so maybe it's just for this specific purpose. Before Jenny eats the pizza, Sheldon pops out and explains exactly what I just did about Jenny not being able to eat pizza. He explained it like an annoying nerd, not at all how I did. This pissed off Jenny, so she snapped him in half. Alright, she didn't actually do that, but this time she should have. Everyone loves how good the pizza is, and Sheldon is forced to sit in the corner and watch these two robot lovers hold hands for the very first time. He takes cover under the table just to see another horrific display of love. He has to find a flaw with this new robot to devastate Jenny and make himself happy. It doesn't take long for this flaw to show itself. Kenny takes Jenny home and she asks for a kiss on the cheek. Instead, he gave her a big ol' lick. He was fully ready to French kiss her, but she managed to escape through her window. Something's wrong with this robot, but what is it?
Something doesn't add up. Let's see. Obsessed with fire hydrants, shows affection with tongue, model number YK9. My match made in heaven robot dreamboat is actually part dog?
Oh my god, he's a dog robot. Jenny has nothing against them, but she doesn't want a furry boyfriend, despite how reliable he seems to be. She seemingly convinces herself to stick with him, but she has a horrible dream that makes her change her mind. She becomes a subservient wife and a mother to a litter of XJ puppies just for Kenny to be taken to the pound. That's the last straw. They need to break up tomorrow. Back at school, Jenny reconsiders because of how popular Kenny seems to be, but she's shocked back into reality when he turns up and starts sniffing her in front of everyone. Even so, Jenny still has her obsession with being popular and everyone still seems to like Kenny, so she agrees to go on a second date to Mesmer's. While stalking them, Sheldon discovers that Kenny is a dog robot. Naturally, he decides to expose Kenny's secret to everyone at the party, humiliating his friend in the process. His initial plans all fall on their face, but eventually Sheldon breaks out his magnum opus.
I said meow!
Wow, Sheldon is a furry! He dresses up as a cat and picks a fight with Kenny, destroying Mesmer's while they're at it. Sheldon barely escapes with his life. Somehow, Jenny convinces everyone at the party that Kenny just has really bad allergies. But the jig can only go on for so long. Mog shows up and blows her cover. There's no pretending anymore. Kenny is obviously a dog, and Jenny is the teenager that was desperate enough to date one. Jenny gets grounded for dating Kenny, and Sheldon gets in his fursuit and watches through her window, ominously and anonymously, leaving the episode on a dark note. So, that was Love 'em or Leash 'em. I don't hear many people talk about this one nowadays. I think it's a pretty funny episode, and whoever came up with the entire YK9 premise must have been really proud of themselves. On one hand, it's too bad that Kenny disappears from the show, but on the other, I feel like they stretched that gag as far as they possibly could have. It would have been cool to see him again as a minor character. I can't help but feel bad for Kenny. He seemed to really like Jenny, but you can't blame her for turning her back to him. He's an animal. Anyways, what did you think about Love 'em or Leash 'em? Do you agree with my deep analysis of the episode? Or do you think I'm out of my mind? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure you smite that like button. I've been your narrator, DC. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it, leave a rating. If you want to reach us, leave a comment. Or check out our other platforms. Links are in the description.